Hi there, welcome. My name is Nathan Krampe, and I would like to spend a couple minutes talking through your financial probability of success through the new tax laws that have come out for 2018. Now, what we're going to be talking about today are the new brackets, and whether it pertains to your individual brackets, estate brackets, or the capital gains tax. So let's dive into things. I want to start with the new individual brackets. What you have in front of you here are the new brackets for 2018, and I have actually interlaid them with the 2017 brackets as well, so you can see the changes that have occurred. What you'll notice, first and foremost, are that the brackets themselves have broadened, so it captures more of a dollar range in the individual brackets, as well as the changes with the brackets themselves to reduce the percent. So those of you who were in, say, the 28% bracket, you may now be in the 24% bracket. Whether you were in the 15% bracket last year, you most likely will be in the 12% bracket this year. So that's an incredibly good thing to know, that the changes that have occurred in the brackets are most likely going to benefit you. So you will see probably a difference in tax and reduction in tax this year versus last year. Another thing to know as we start looking into what has changed and what has not changed, there was lots of talk regarding the marriage penalty, and the marriage penalty is alive and well. So that was something that they were trying to eliminate for the new tax laws, but in the end, that did not get into the final bill, so the marriage penalty is still a part of the brackets, as you can see. And additionally, the other thing that still made it a part of the new tax laws was maintaining and keeping the net investment income tax, or what you call the Obamacare tax, and that is the 3.8% that comes on top of the bracket itself. So just know that those have still stayed in the original laws, as well as the new laws that are in place now for 2018 onward. Let's change gears a little bit now. Those were the brackets for the individuals. What I would like to do is quickly go through the estate and trust brackets. What you see in front of you are the new brackets for trusts, and basically there's little change with respect to the dollar amount. There's actually a reduction in the dollar amount that's subject to each bracket, so that's kind of a negative, but the amount in the bracket itself on a percent basis has come down. So now you're looking at, say, a 37% versus the 39.6% for the top bracket. So just know that those things are out there. They have changed slightly, but in respect, there's going to be a greater likelihood that the money that you receive from a trust is subject to the top 37% bracket. So let's finalize things here and talk about everything related to capital gains. Now, capital gains has had some adjustments made to it. We still have the three brackets, either the 0%, the 15%, or the 20% bracket. But the difference here is that it's no longer just tied directly to the brackets with the new 2018 brackets. It's tied to a dollar amount. So what I mean by that, as you can see in the chart in front of you, is that there's going to be a difference with respect to how much is in the 0% bracket. So that goes all the way up to the $77,200 range now, which for married filing jointly is actually below what is the 12% bracket of your individual 1040s. So just know there's a change there. The other note is that the 15% bracket is now all the way up to the $479,000. So that has increased for those of you married filing jointly. And then anything over that is the 20% level. So those are the changes that have occurred with respect to the capital gains brackets. So the biggest thing to note here, first of all, for your personal income taxes. The brackets have changed. The percents have been lowered. And also there's subject to a broadening of the brackets. For the trust and the estates, really not a lot of changes have occurred there. Most likely, if you were subject to the top bracket last year, you're going to still be subject to the top bracket this year. The only change is the reduction of that amount to the 37%. And with capital gains, those brackets have relatively remained unaffected. There's just some slight changes that have occurred. So knowing where the brackets are on the dollar basis of the difference between the 0, 15, and 20% bracket is going to be to your benefit. Now, as we wrap up here, the last thing I wanted to talk to you about is that there's something that came into the law that relates to inflation. What has happened is that we have changed now the way that we're relating to inflation and the adjustments that happen to those brackets. Now they're going to be related to chained CPI. And what I mean by that is that that's going to actually kind of dampen the effects of the inflation and have it grow a little bit more modestly. Now, how that's going to affect you is that what we call bracket creep. For those of you who were kind of in the high end of a bracket for, say, many years, in the next, say, 5 to 10 years, you may actually step up a bracket over the course of time just because of this bracket creep. So just be aware of that things may change as to what brackets you're in, even if you have not taken any additional income out of your accounts. With that, take care. Call us if you have any questions, and we'd be more than happy to answer those questions as well as anything tax-wise of how it reflects your financial planning. Have a great day.